Okay, we're live. Awesome. Terraria again. Curious. Actually, I don't think I've streamed this game before. I've been playing it an awful lot though. More than I'd want to. I'm trophy hunting. I'm trying to get the platinum for this game. But it's proving to be quite elusive. I got the pets order trophies recently. The trophies aren't crazy difficult, but there's a couple of really grindy ones in it. And this one takes the cake. Actually, in terms of difficulty, I wouldn't even compare it with the pet trophy. The pet trophy is just, you know, if you put a bit of effort in it, you know you're going to get it eventually. There's the boundaries within which you're working to get the pet achievement is quite restrictive. You know, there's a list, fill in this list, you're going to get the trophy somehow. It's probably going to work. For the armors trophy, not so much. So the game asks you to have a certain amount of armors, and it seems completely arbitrary. There's no conclusive list on any website I found. I've seen like 20 guides saying which armors they believe may be included in the Knights in Shining Armors trophy sets, achievement, trigger. Who knows? All I know is I've got pretty much 100% of everything which I've seen on any lists on any site that I've checked, and I haven't got the trophy yet. So what some people have recommended doing is relogging, bringing all your armors with you, taking them to a fresh world, and equipping them all. Some people would say you don't need to equip them. Other people say you have to equip all of the armors and prance around for a little bit in them. And it's just one of those issues. The exact trigger to get the Knight in Shining Armors achievement to pop up, everyone's got their own theories on it. Every achievement site listing different things. It's almost impossible to tell. It is like 20 different opinions on the issue, and I'm not sure which one's right. I'm not sure which one's wrong. Here's all the pets, by the way. I think it's all the pets. It's got to be close though, because I recently got the pet achievement. I just looted this chest and equipped all of these pets. Farmed quite a bit for these pets with the help of my buddy Speed Freak. Some of these, Amber Mosquito. I've got some of these on my... I've made videos on some of these. I've got video footage of some of these that hasn't been uploaded to my channel yet, that hasn't been worked on, I think. Maybe it has. Eventually, most of this is just a matter of time. Some of this more difficult than others. The Bone Key requires you to defeat the Dungeon Guardian. That's a tricky one. The Zephyr Fish. Do a whole bunch of fishing. But the amount of time that I had to spend on this trophy is hard to say, because I didn't really go for it. I just did fishing. I was working on my fishing dailies, and I'd been fishing for a long time with low fishing power, getting the dailies done. But if you set out to go for this fish, I'd wager it probably isn't even that crazy of a difficult issue. Because I believe I've got 2 of them. Got one of them in my other world that I forgot about. The fish the nectar. Fish is in an underground snow biome chest. Seaweed is in a jungle temple, not temple, shrine, a jungle shrine chest. Seedling, don't know where that comes from. Baby Grinch's mischief whistle. Actually, the more difficult ones are these to get, I'd say. Seaweed takes a bit of patience. You have to make multiple new worlds possibly, and look in the underground jungle at the shrines to see if any of those have the seaweed. The Baby Grinch's mischief whistle. That's a late wave of the Frost Moon event. Certain enemies drop it. I think the Frost Elementals or the Ice Queens, I don't know exactly what they're called. Pretty tough enemies. I used my farming spot to get this, my event killing trap, which isn't perfect. It's got something, it's causing so much lag that I can't even use it without the game crashing. So, but I did manage to get this in just 2 Frost Moon events, of which I probably managed to reach wave 13 or 14. The later waves you get to, the higher drop rate on the rare stuff. Toy Sled is probably one of the more difficult ones. Took me between 60 and 80 mimic kills to get this. So I needed to build a farm, an AFK farm to get this. That's probably the most annoying about farming for pets or armors, is sometimes the most effective way is to not actively play the game, to just sit AFK in a farming setup, and it's obnoxious. Anyway, I'll try and get the achievement, see if it'll work. I'll do that first, and then I'll give a little bit of a tour of my world, which is looking kind of okay. It's got a bunch of stuff going on, a couple of interesting little things here and there. Well, so now I've got pretty much 100% of every armor that I've ever seen on any guide's list for knight and shining armors. Now, every guide I've read about has also mentioned
Boy, hello.
Hello? Wait a minute, I'm gonna change my audio setup. I'm gonna make the sound come through my headphones because my TV is starting to talk to me. It's freaking me out. Okay, let's see. The sound through. There we go. That's better. I don't have the chat open yet. Should open that in another window. Little memento. Stop changing things. There we go. Open up our chat in a different window so I can see what you're saying. Hello, yes. I mean, kind of endgame. But this world is set for pillars. It's 3 pillars. The Moon Lord in this world is not killed. Killed him together with Speed Freak in his world. But everything but pillars and Moon Lord has been slain in this world. And I've got Moon Lord here. Anyway.
You speak Portuguese?
No, I don't speak Portuguese. I speak Flemish and English, and that's about it. So, let's see.
Okay.
So first thing I'll do is get my inventory sorted out. Get some of this clutter. Get rid of it. So I can move everything most efficiently. So I'm gonna do 2 streams
Fight
today.
versus Duke, please.
I could fight Duke Fish wrong, but I'm gonna do this first. It's a achievement. I'm gonna try it. This is the main thing. I've been working on it for days, grinding armors and all kinds of stuff. Let's see. So, if you're wondering what this is a efficient auto-stacking hoarder's dream. I've labeled most of these chests, and what I do when I want to get rid of some inventory is I just do quick stack to nearby chests, and poof, it disappears. It all goes into the right chest. So it's built in a grid,
OMG.
which allows me, when I'm standing here, it allows me to stack to pretty much all of these chests. Whenever I want to get rid of any inventory, I just come here and then quick stack. And of course, it'll only work if there's stuff that can be stacked. My rare items. I don't have like stupidly rare things. But then again, this isn't a completely end-to-end game patch. I think PlayStation's behind on Steam. Steam's got Empress of Light, and it's got like the ultimate sword you can get. You can't craft that in this build yet, but at some point...
Sorry, I have to go to class. Emoji disappointed face.
Well, I've got text to speech up, and it is weird hearing it. I also think the audio is probably too loud. You gotta go? Well, yeah, that's not fun. Class, not fun. Take care. I'm gonna look at the audio. I think the audio is a bit not perfect. Audio, video. Here it is. Put it a bit lower. I'm sure it's too loud. It's gotta be way too loud. I'm listening to it. It's bugging me out. There we go. I'll put it at 40. Can I just hold the button? You have to do individual clicks. There. That'll do. Anywho, yeah. Well, you won't get to see me fight Duke Fish on, but yeah, I don't know. I don't know how long the stream will take. I will fight him, so you could check it out on YouTube after the fact. He's not impossible. In fact, I've got a farm for truffle worms. I think here it is, truffle worm farm, which is a pretty simple setup. But I'll show off the entire world and my farms and stuff later. First, I'm getting this achievement done. So I'll grab some chests, temporary storage to put all my items in. I'll be depositing everything temporarily, all of my items that I usually have on me all the time. The usual wood building, platform, torches, dirt blocks, just for random building necessities when you need to build something quickly, grey bricks.
Where is the mobs?
Okay. The mobs? Nothing crazy is happening, right? There's no waves going on. The thing is, things don't really spawn near your base that crazy like. It's a complicated game. I think the first night, zombies and eyeballs will show up and assault you, but the moment you've got a bunch of NPCs living in your base, you don't get assaulted by that many enemies constantly. And if there are here and there a couple of enemies, my dragon is destroying them. But yeah, the way mob spawn has got something to do with whether or not you're in your base. Don't ask me exactly how it works, I'm not 100% sure. I got a feeling it's got something to do with your being in your base. It may also have something to do with sunflowers, chests. The way the game works is it's got some complicated little features to it. For instance, meteor strikes happen, but they won't happen within a certain radius within chests that are lying around in the world. So if you've got a base with not a single chest in it, it could possibly get hit by a meteorite. So yeah, that's why I've got this one random chest hanging out here on the left of my base. When I just first built it, I didn't have much chests around it, and yeah, there's a chest. There's one over here too. There it is. It's got stuff in it, but also it's more specifically put down there so this place wouldn't get struck by a meteorite. Meteorite impact has to do with world chests proximity, where meteors can strike. Anyway, it's I don't know. It's one of those things. Systems.
You play Fortnite.
Fortnite. Ugh. No. Not even once. Right. So I've got a temporary bunch of chests here. And I will deposit all but what is extraordinarily necessary. These most important of items, and everything else will go into the chest. And I'll stack it like this. And it's morning now. 4:40 AM. You can tell by the music change. Alright, that doesn't work. Whoops.
You need more views. Emoji disappointed face.
Well, thank you. But I don't know about that. I stream without warning, extremely irregularly whenever I feel like it. And most people who watch me are living in America or on the American side. And these hours are not convenient for most people to watch, because I prefer to stream in the morning, and if I'm streaming at 9 o'clock in the morning where I live, then it's like 3 o'clock in the morning for people in America, or Brazil, Canada. It's just inconvenient time. I just so happen to be quite late today because I've been out doing things. My streams do go on for a long time though, so people may show up after I've been streaming for a minute. But then I stream extremely irregularly, and I've taken a long break from streaming, and yeah, I don't stream regularly enough, and I only feel like playing through certain games, and when the urge comes to me to play through a game. Like, yeah, I've been doing nothing for about a year now, so I can't expect people to keep popping in every day trying to see if I'm doing something or not. Can't expect that. But I'm happy with the company when anyone shows up to watch.
Why don't you try streaming more popular games? I
don't really... I'm not really in it to get a huge following or a bunch of views. I'm not working on YouTube. I'm not making any money from YouTube. There's not really a job. It's not even as a bit of a hobby. I'm not even putting in much time. So I guess when you get big on YouTube, you have this obligation to put up content regularly, and I think you feel like you've got an obligation to keep giving the viewers what they're looking for. But I have no such feeling of obligation because of my low sub count, which is quite liberating. I could leave YouTube alone for months and not be worried about, oh no, people are not getting their content, I'm losing subs, stuff like that. Also, I don't make the highest quality content, so I can't really expect much. Yeah, one of those things. Anyway, so what exactly am I trying to accomplish here? Yes, sorting out my inventory so I can make the move, get everything dealt with. I don't have high hopes that the achievement is going to show up. And even if it does, you wouldn't see it because of my recording setup. I've got that it hides messages and PlayStation messages and yeah. So you'd see a black box if the trophy pops up, but I doubt that it will. I've tried it before. I've followed various guides, and I've been working on the trophy for a long time, getting all kinds of different armor sets. And every time I find a new guide which says, well, I think you actually have to get this armor set as well, then, well, back to the drawing board, we start farming again. Usually my armors would all be hanging out here in the showcase, but because of that suggestion I saw in one guide where they say, well, if the trophy's not popping up for you, maybe you should bring all your armors to a different world, and then it will pop up. But then it's one of those things, it hasn't been completely tested by people, so it's all just a theory whether or not it works or not, which is unfortunate. Ebonwood, Shadewood, Ebon, Shade, Tin, Iron, Wood, Copper, Pumpkin, Lead. It's a bit out of order here. Anyway, that's right.
Bye.
You're off? Oh, you're questioning. Oh god. Well, take care.
Thank you for streaming Terraria. It was
welcome.
really bad. I'll have to leave, but I'll share it with my friends and ask them to give.
Wow. It's really it's a one-off stream. If I would let's play this game, it would be 500 hours long and wouldn't be fun to watch, I assure you. So really this is a one-off stream I'm doing to try and get this achievement, or see if this achievement's gonna pop up, and if it doesn't, well, then I won't get the platinum for the game. I don't know. I think you can only put in so much effort. And with Knight in Shining Armors, no one seems to know exactly the requirement. And every time the game gets an update, possibly new armors are required for the achievement. So, no one knows. It seems like there's no one guide which can tell you with absolute certainty this is exactly what you need, and nothing more, nothing less. so no one knows what boundaries we're working within. So here's just my version of it. Working or not working, if it pops up, we'll see. But beyond this last test I'm doing, I'm not going to be working on it anymore. And yeah. So, got all the armors on me. I think I'll go get a piggy bank and install it up there. Just in storage. Workbench. Sure.
The hello.
Okay. The piggy bank I'm gonna add to you as well. The hallow. What's with the hallow? Will I be needing any of these items?
You use the summoner armor?
I've got a kind of a partly summoner, partly tanky build going on, which is strong versus some challenging contents. So, the Stardust Helmet, maximum minions by 1, increases minion damage. The leggings, 12 defense, minions number by 1, increases minion damage.
Question.
And the Valhalla Knight Breastplate for 30 defense, 30% increased minion damage. So it could be considered a summoner armor. And massively increased life regeneration. That's quite useful for bosses. So I'm not working with the full set. And I'm using Liam 4's what would you call it? Transmogrification. Yes, ask away. As many questions as you please. Right, so the piggy bank.
Cool.
I think I'll throw them over here as well. I cannot say how much hours I put into this game. Impossible to say. Could be hundreds, could be thousands. I don't think the game tracks how much time you've put into it. There we go. Good. But I put a bunch of time in. See, I've got the cell phone. I've got the Goblin Tinkerer pack.
Have you already killed the Moon Lord?
I've killed the Moon Lord with help from a friend in expert mode. I haven't killed him solo yet. I actually don't want to bring this world to post Moon Lord. I don't know if there's anything special that happens then. But my world at the moment is ready for Moon Lord. I'll show you. Is this the one? It's around here somewhere. There, as you can see. The priests, I think you have to defeat those guys, and then the cultist gets summoned. And then when you kill him, nope. Dragon? Bad dragon? Don't do it. Oh my god, what did I say?
The cutest.
Well. Yeah, I don't know. it's one of those things. Like I've got a world that hasn't been set to hard mode because I've been reluctant to bring it to hard mode because I'm just, yeah, it's one of those things. I've got like a.
I do know I don't know how to speak.
Of course. Well, don't know what you mean to say, but I get sidetracked very easily. So, it seems to me I've managed to activate one of my traps around here somewhere. Gotta dismantle that quickly. Don't know what does that. Here. There's one specific number which has been activated by something which shouldn't be possible because the grey pressure plate only activates when the player steps on it. Always that one. I've encountered a couple of glitches in my game. Yeah. Actually, I must confirm this now. Grey pressure plate. How do you work? Activates when a player steps on it. Right. On you go. Yeah, it's got to be some kind of glitch. Usually when I'm teleporting around the world, that one specific timer will activate itself and I have to go and turn it off. Unfortunately, I can't ignore it because it does cause the world to lag ever so slightly because there are arrows firing, and you saw them in my main base, and my main base is all the way over here, so that 1 second timer will activate and it'll basically be shooting arrows from here all the way to Oblivion, all the way to Infinity and beyond. So I can't ignore it. If I see it's active, I have to go and turn it off.
Have you already killed the twins, the Mechanical World Devourer and the Skeletron Prime at the same time?
I don't think I've done anything crazy like that, but I have defeated, I think I did defeat all the mechanical bosses at the same time. I've got that trophy. Where's my accomplishments? If you want to know, here they are, my accomplishments so far. And it's one of those things which will be easier to show you what I've not yet done versus what I've already accomplished. So, yeah. Ice Cream, Baleful Harvests, reach wave 15. In the wave events, the Frost Moon and Pumpkin Moon. It's this one, right. The twins, the Destroyer and Skeletron Prime simultaneously and emerge victoriously. I've also killed the Golem like 50 or 60 times or 70 times to farm for cash, because I'm often in the Lizard Temple looking for traps to set up for stuff like this. Here I've got the wave killing, this is like my wave killing traps. This is where I hang out when I'm dealing with the Frost Moon or the Pumpkin Harvest event. Unfortunately, this trap is not good. I wouldn't recommend it. It's got too much spike ball traps happening, and it causes the game to lag out, and I've got to disconnect. I disconnected a few times during a Frost Moon event. It might either be the spike traps or it's
the lava shark? Yes or no?
No. Relax. The lava shark doesn't exist in this build. It's the next patch, I think, that it shows up. There's a couple of water-based special enemies and bosses that are not in this build. It's not the final... PS4 isn't working on the final build of the game. It is one behind, I think. Certain bosses aren't available yet. The super sword, that's a combination of all kinds of different swords, doesn't exist in this one. That's the next patch, the next update. It's going to be released. A bunch of water-based bosses. The Nautilus doesn't exist. The Fire Shark. I don't know if it is. Isn't there a Fire Shark pet that you can ride, like a mount? I don't know. Anyway, there's still stuff to be added. It's not really fully Journey's End. It's running one, maybe a couple of updates behind on the Steam version. Anyway.
Do you know him, the Chanel press key to play?
I don't know what you're talking about. Right. So what exactly was I doing? Ah, yes. I was gonna move all my armors to the other world and try and get this achievement to pop. Of course.
Is a YouTuber. No. I don't know that channel. What kind of content does he make? Right, so I got a whole bunch of worlds. I think I made one specifically to try and get this trophy. Pretty much just an empty expert world in pre-hard mode with a bunch of chests set up and my storage spaces, which I'm not properly utilizing now. If I deposit all, there we go, nicely sorted. I should remember I can bring pretty much 4 chests worth of items in one go. I've got to work with the piggy bank with all the characters. I need exit by. Y'all got this. Y'all got this. Y'all got this.
Hey, you're leaving again? Aren't you the same guy from before? Didn't you already have to go to class like half an hour ago? Anyway, thanks for the encouragement, and take care if you're leaving. Right, now, this was in perfect order. I'll just loot all, could do that, works well. Just not in proper order. I'm gonna sort this out. Because I will be wearing, I might have to wear every set and equip every set if it doesn't work. Anyway, I'll sort that out when I've got everything in the other world. Right. So, into the pig you go. Off you pop. Next. Loot all. Whole bunch of armor. Yes, this took a lot of effort to make and to acquire all this stuff. And looks like my inventory management is not in order. A bunch of important tools you never know when you might need. So I've got the money trough always on me, and inside the money trough is a safe, and inside the safe is the Defender's Forge. And so you can kind of have inception in your storage. One container contains another container, and that other container contains another container. And I don't think you can go any further than 3 layers deep. So it's like that. And the items that I rarely use, my other build, ranged damage, and some other items that I might want to use for very rare moments. Some kind of tanky item here that makes me get more attention from bosses. Kind of a cool based item. The yo-yo bag, pretty much a combination item of a whole bunch of yo-yo stuff if I want to play with the Terrarian yo-yo for damage. Stuff I don't use very often. Firefly is just begging to be caught, but I don't have my nets on me, so I'm not going to bother. Oh, the amount of times I've had to do this. Moving things back and forth. Sure. So there's that. Deposit all. You can see how many chests only need to be moved to the other world. It's pretty much everything. Everything that should be required for the trophy. So I've got a whole bunch of lists. And as far as I can tell, I've got everything that is needed. But I doubt that I'm going to get the trophy. You never know. You never know. Maybe today is my lucky day. I love that pop-up. That's so cool. Right. Well, after I've attempted to get the trophy, I'm going to remove all my armor back to this world and set them all up on the dummies, and we'll have a look what they look like, because some of them look really cool. Now I've also got a bunch of developer vanity gear sets that are set up around my base. I'm wearing one of them, actually my favorite of the developer sets. What do you call this one? Leon 4's set. I don't know, I like the look of it. And the cape is pretty cool too. It's like just a meaty, flappy cape. It's like a vampire's cape come to life. That's cool. I like it. Leon 4's prehensile cloak. Vanity. Whenever you get a... I don't know if it's expert mode. It's probably expert mode exclusive, but every time you defeat a certain difficulty of bosses, you've got a chance of a developer gear set, just the entire thing being just dropping. And there's a whole bunch more to this Leon 4's stuff. Like he's got some hair gel or whatever. I don't know, they've got more than just gear. You know, the free sets of clothing, and then the cloak. Sometimes they've got extra bits and pieces that come with their vanity set. Right, so 3, 1, 2, 3, and then what we are at now. Shroomite. Pays off to already be sorting everything out, because I want to order things properly so I know how to equip all this stuff. There we go. The Spectre clothes, pretty shiny. Okay. Come on, stop trying to kill me. You know it's impossible. Spamming my inventory with slime. Good. Yoink. The gold. Actually, Would it be easier to just deposit all and then sort it out in here? Maybe not. Yeah, maybe not. Yeah, it's crazy how time drains away when you're playing this game, just mad. You're just working on a simple building project and you could spend the entire day on it. And this game is just insane. Just the thing is, it gets you if you're playing Terraria and you're doing the fishing quests as well. You've got the fishing quests reset on a daily timer. I think at 4:30 AM the quest deadline is, and then you get given the next quest. And if you're working on that, and then you're working on the night-day cycle, certain things you might be able to get during the day, other things you might need to get during the night. It's 12 minutes per day, 12 minutes per night, so 24 hours. Day-night cycle is 24 minutes in real time. And there's no like pause. It's just like in Dark Souls. You press the start button there, you don't pause. You want to be paused, but it's not. So the game just keeps you engaged. It's also constantly sending enemies at you, and not everyone is a summoner build, which just has mobs dealing with the enemies for you. So just taking any kind of break while you're playing the game is impossible, or feels impossible, because there's always something you feel like you might be missing. Like there's an event that might be happening, or there's a certain weather condition that you want to capitalize on, or it's night and you've got to get lenses from the eyes, so you've got to kill them. Anything could happen. And you just never feel like you can take even a moment's break, or at least the game, I don't know if it just feels like that you're stuck on it. Can't even take a moment, or a bathroom break, or a food break. Pretty sure people have starved to death playing Terraria. Silver and tungsten. Alright. Platinum, chainmail. Meteorite stuff. Tungsten legs. Oh boy. Right, so I've got a list of possibly required items. And some of these, I've been following all kinds of guides, and some of these are on the list of I don't know if you need them armors in certain guides. And I think Pearlwood was one of those gear sets that they didn't know if you needed or not. And this is just the problem with Knight in Shining Armor achievement. Every guide you see, they consider certain armors, well, you probably need this for the achievement, and then there's other sets that are easy to obtain, and then they say, well, you definitely don't need this for the achievement. Now, I don't have 100% of all possible armor in the game. I am missing the Old One's Army event stuff, so I sure hope I don't not get the achievement because of that. But then everywhere I've read about, everyone has always said the Old One's Army is just not included in the achievement. So yeah, if everyone who I've ever seen mention the Old One's Army has said it's not included in the achievement, then I've got to take their word for it. Though it's kind of impossible to completely test this, because there's so much vanity gear in the game, and some vanity gear is required for the achievement. So it's just I would have to 100% loot all the loot that exists in this game to, with certainty, be able to discount the idea that I may just have not enough armor to get the trophy. It's just really difficult to falsify when you're going for the trophy. I mean, if you're going for a collection trophy, well, you think I didn't collect everything, so I guess I may need to collect everything to get the trophy. In this game, it's so Seems arbitrary what you need and what you don't need. Okay, the Shadow Gear, Crimson, Palladium, nah, seems fine, it's all clustered together nicely. Loot all. Alright. It doesn't work like this. This is more efficient of a way to do it. Anti. Yep. Frost. Hallowed. Spooky. Beautiful. Oh, hold on. Right. Did I loot the safe? Yes, I did. Well, off I go then. I've obtained so many really rare bits of gear. You wouldn't believe it. I've got multiple slime staffs. I've got the bone greatsword or whatever it is from the undead miner mobs. Just all kinds of stupidly rare stuff. I'm getting rare things dropping all over the place while I'm in the middle of farming for these rare gear sets. Okay. All of those, please. Deposit all. Yeah. Yeah, almost each one of these sets has a story to tell. Alright. Deposit all. Some of these sets Spook Freak made for me. The miners items have to be farmed. Forbidden. I made these just in case. This is on no one's lists of armors you need for this achievement, but I figured, well, it exists, so might as well make it. It's not that impossible to make. Some achievement lists included the endgame gear, so I've got the 3 sets of endgame depending on the 3 different builds. So I've got the Stardust sets, of which most I'm wearing on my character right now. I've got to remember to put that in the chest when I get to the other world. So I got Stardust, Vortex, Nebula, Gypsy Robe, Wizard Hat. This was actually not on some people's guides, the fact that you needed the Gypsy Robe. The main guide I was following, which has got like the least stuff on it, says you need the Wizard Hat, but it didn't say anything about the Gypsy Robe. And then I watched a couple of YouTube videos, and I saw a couple more guides, and they mentioned the Gypsy Robe, which is a rare purchase from the Traveling Merchant. So there are a couple of Traveling Merchant purchases that need to happen. The Snow armor, which you also have a pink variant of, which I don't even know if it exists on the PS4. So I've got multiple Gypsy Robes. I've got the Ancient Shadow sets, which I grinded not in this world. I think I was planning to grind it here, but then I read online, well, you don't want to do this in hard mode, because all kinds of different mobs spawn on hard mode than on normal mode, and you're wasting time. So I made a normal mode world to farm certain item sets, including this one, the Ancient Cobalt set, also farmed in a normal world, very rare. from underground dungeon biome. And when they say, that was another thing, I made a farm in a world in the underground, what do I say, underground jungle. So I made an underground jungle farm, and then what they actually meant, the underground jungle biome is actually in the cavern layer, not in the underground layer, as you'd think it would be, because it's called underground jungle biome. So you'd think it would be in underground depth, but actually it's in the cavern depth. So that sucks. I spent a whole bunch of time AFK looking at all kinds of stupid mobs dying, which weren't the right mobs. That's definitely some advice I could give. If you're farming for sets and you're following a YouTube guide or something, if you're seeing a whole bunch of stuff, a whole bunch of mobs spawn that are not spawning in the guide you're following, you've probably done something wrong. You're either working, you haven't managed to create the proper biome, or you're working on the wrong depth, or you're in the wrong difficulty, like you've set your world to hard mode by defeating the wall of flesh, or something's amiss. Definitely would pay to reevaluate exactly the setup you've made. Anyway, it seems I've looted everything. Now there's still a whole bunch of stuff. That's the problem with this achievement, Knight in Shining Armors, is there's so much vanity nonsense in this game, and you don't know what's required. You don't know which armors are required, you don't know which vanity items are required. I don't even know when the trophy trigger happens, when it shows up. I'm not sure if... I mean, technically, when I move to the other world now, you'd think the trophy should show up. Oh, right here. Here's some of my developer armors. Loki's set. Great for impersonating devs. Wheels of Justice grind slow, but grind fine. Right. It's another cool looking set, actually. So there's some decent fashion in this game. I think I'm set. The reason I've got a bucket with me is because a bucket is also armor. You never know. So I've almost got a second set of ancient shadow. I've noticed that the hats seem to drop most of all. So you'll find ancient cobalt helmets, ancient shadow helmets, much more frequently than you'll find the chests. The hats seem to be dropping the most frequently, then the chests, and the legs seem to be the tricky ones to obtain. That's really just taking a whole bunch of time farming a specific mob over and over and over, killing millions of them. Okay, relog. Here goes nothing. Rider King, hello. How goes it? So here we go. K.I.S.A, Knight in Shining Armors world. Hopefully it just gives me the trophy, like right now.
How are you?
Give me that damn trophy. Stupid game. I hate you. I'm doing alright. I'll be doing much better if the game would give me that trophy I've been trying to get this whole time. It doesn't want to. It's tenacious. Okay, take all of this armor. Pop it in one of these chests. Oh, hold on. Oh. Right, here's an empty... Wait a minute. I don't think I have enough spare chests lying around for all this armor. Maybe I do.
What are you doing?
I'm trying to get the Knight in Shining Armors trophy, which requires you... It doesn't require to have every armor set in the game, but it requires you to have a set of very specific armor sets in the game. And the problem is, there's not a single guide on the internet which can say with exact information which armors you need to get the trophy. So a lot of people are just trying and figuring things out. Okay, so I've now looted all of the armor I have. I've brought it to this new world because someone said that if you're having trouble getting this trophy, try bringing all your armors to a new world. And then apparently it's helped some people get the achievement. And then someone else said, try equipping all of the armor, so that's what I'm going to do now, and that's going to take a minute.
Nice, I can learn too.
Okay, well, I don't even know if it's going to work, is the issue. I've done this once before, moving to this world with all the armors I had. But then I watched a couple more guides and there was a whole bunch of armor sets which I had not yet obtained. And now I believe I've got pretty much everything that you can obtain that I've seen in every guide that I've come across. But I still got a feeling I'm not gonna get the trophy because the game just hates me. Right, goggles. So I'm gonna equip every piece of armor and then move around a little bit because one guide said that you should do that. I have no idea. I have no idea if it's true or not. It's one of those things, you know, if they say it helps, you can't discount it. It doesn't help that some of these are getting themselves equipped into the social slot.
Of THT armor.
The armors... you're going to be seeing a whole bunch of different armors. If I go over something too quick, the armor I'm wearing, partially Stardust, the summoner set. For fighting, I used the summoner's set, Stardust legs and hat, but I used a Valhalla Knight's breastplate.
What is the name of the armor you're trying to get?
Oh, I'm not trying to get any armor. I hope that I've got all the armor that I need to get this achievement. There's an achievement called Knight in Shining Armors, which requires you to have a very specific set of armors, and once you just have to have all these armors, then you're supposed to get the trophy. But the problem is I haven't got the trophy yet, so I'm trying to figure out why I haven't got the trophy and what's supposed to trigger the popping up of the trophy situation. It's a messed up situation, really. I mean, yeah, the name of the stream should say it all. It's torture, it really is. So there's like a million different types of gear you can find in this game. And no one knows for sure what exact set of armors you will need to get this trophy to show up. And I'm just doing one strategy that I saw recommended by someone, which was bring all of the stuff to a new world and equip it all, and hopefully then the game knows you have all this armor, and the next time it updates, it'll say, here, you get the achievement. But I'm not really too hopeful that it's gonna pop up.
I don't even know that achievement exists.
Well, Terraria has a platinum. If you look up its trophy set, then you'll see what I mean. It's one of there's like two seriously grindy trophies in Terraria. One of them is getting all of the pets, which I found easy in comparison to this one. I don't even know if I'm going to get this one. I may just have to give up on the platinum if I don't get this trophy. It's just so random. Like, I'm just following all kinds of different guides. I don't even know if I forgot too much armors. Have I got all the right armors? I don't know if it's going to pop up. I don't even, like, there's not a proper guide on this is exactly how you have to do it. It's like, get this specific, all this armor, these specific armors, exactly these, and this is what the trophy requires to pop up. It's like you have to have looted them all, equipped them all, etc. But no, people don't know what causes a trophy to pop up. People don't even know which armor sets are required for the trophy. Every single guide has a different set of armors they say you need to get for the trophy, so it's just absolute, it's a mess. It's just an absolute mess. It's terrible. Stardust. Right, so my Stardust gear. In you go. And my Stardust leggings here to complete the set. Beautiful. Right. So what I'm doing now is I've brought all of my armor sets.
I got something like knight in shining armor or something, I don't remember.
Ah, how dare you. Yeah, knight in shining armors is the achievement. But I think it used to be easier to get because there were less armors in the game. But after a certain update, they may have added armors, and the thing is that Terraria keeps updating, and it's on different systems. So it seems like no one really knows what you need for the trophy right now. Nonsense. Anywho, let's get cracking.
Oh yeah, I got it in 110.
Wow. Congrats on that. It's good to have because then you don't bump into the issue that I've got now where like there's a billion different interpretations of what people think you need to get the trophy, and now there's just so much vanity gear and so much actual armor, and this some of it's so random. Like certain guides will say you have to get the where is it? Where did I put it? Yeah, certain guides will even say you have to get the Ancient Shadow set, which is like a rare drop from certain mobs. There's floating Eater of Worlds, Corruptor heads drop this with like 0.40% chance or 0.040% chance. So yeah, it's just, you create a farm and then you're sitting AFK for like a whole day, just, you know, playing on your Switch or something, or doing whatever. And every now and then, every half hour or so, checking back to see if the items have dropped that you need. And yeah, it's a pain. Like no one knows what you need, and some people say, "Oh, I believe you also need this," and then it just happens to be a stupidly rare set that takes forever to grind and farm. Anyway, what someone recommended that you need doing is to
1.10 version. LOL, I just equipped the armor with most defense, then I got the achievement.
That shouldn't be how it works. It requires you to have most of the armors in the game. Maybe you're thinking about a different trophy, but I'm not. I can't check now because I'm in the middle of streaming. Anyway, the lead armor set is now equipped. Okay, just moving around, wearing that a little bit. The pumpkin sets, a vanity set. I'll put in my non-vanity equips, move around with this a bit. This is all because someone in one of their guides said...
Maybe coincidence or luck.
Well, I don't know, do you have the platinum? Equip. Right, L2. Yeah, one of the latest guides I saw said to move the armors to a new world and equip them, so I'm also equipping them and moving around a little bit with them.
Hello.
Unequip. Right, so copper, wood. Yeah. Equip you. And then... Hello, Christopher. Welcome to hell.
Have you got seen it yet?
It doesn't exist in this build. The PlayStation isn't that far along with the updates version of the game. 10. Alright, moving around in this one. It would help if events weren't triggering waves of nonsense. Getting ready to clutter my inventory aren't happening. The Shadewood sets. Yeah. Fancy looking. Oh, come on. Right. Ebonwood. Equip you. Move around, wearing the armor a little bit. As recommended. The internet is never wrong. Okay. The more I do this, the more faster I'm gonna get at it.
Can I join? I can give you a ton of rods of Discord.
Sweet. But no thanks.
How does it work? Like it has to be same set, for example Stardust armor in all slots?
Well, you can Google Terraria Knight in Shining Armors PS4 and you will get like 15 different guides all recommending you to collect a different set of gear is the problem. So the achievement requires you to have obtained almost every type of armor in the game, or so it seems. The problem is no one seems to know completely for sure which armors are required, so everyone's got their own opinion on it, and yeah, I've seen a great many amount of lists of people suggesting, oh my god, all these nonsense lenses and crap items. Is there somewhere I can not pick up trash? What is all this? Away, get out of here. Top hat, nonsense. Okay. We didn't throw away anything important.
Wait, try equipping Shadewood helmet, molten chest plate and hallowed boots.
Okay, platinum helmet, platinum. I'm not after... I know what you're talking about. You're thinking I need an achievement which requires me to have a really good, strong gear set, but I'm after the achievement which requires me to have all of the armor in the game. The thing is, I've got all of the armor in the game. I brought it here to this new world. It was in my main world, and look, here it is. I've got a whole bunch of chests full of all kinds of armor, all the rare armor. Pretty much the entire list of what the achievement tells you to have, and more. I've got multiple, I've taken into account multiple people's lists, and now what someone said is to bring all the armor to a new world, and you might get the achievement. Someone else said, equip all of the armor, you might get the achievement, so that's what I'm doing. I've brought all of these armors to this world, and now I'm equipping them all, and dreaming, hoping that I might get the achievement.
is the molten set. Oh my god. Okay, get out of here. Stop it.
So like the guides get the achievement.
Yeah, but this is just the thing, it's almost... Terraria is a game that you could play for years. You could start a save and you could play forever. And how do these people 100% know which armor they've... How is the world tracking which armor you have? I don't know. People just don't know the parameters of the achievement properly. They can't. No one knows with 100% certainty exactly what makes the achievement pop up in their world. And this game's doing everything it can to spam the hell out of my inventory with all kinds of crap. Just everything I don't need with these slimes. Yeah, the problem is, if you go by the lists...
Did the guides get it?
There's not like one guide who says, this is the correct guide, this one will get you the trophy. Everyone makes an attempt, an approximation of this is what worked for me, guys. And yeah, I've just based what I've got here on like 10 or 15 different guides. And every time I see just look up Knight in Shining Armor and just click on a couple of different links and see the lists that various people have made and just compare them. And you will see that a lot of people will have armor sets on their list that you didn't see on someone else's list.
Do they show the trophy?
I assume that they have it. I'm not gonna attribute
You will get to Zenith's next update.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. If I'm not sick and tired of the game, because I feel like I'm not far from having literally everything that exists in the game, like every single drop that exists, while I've been farming for all these armor sets. The silver set.
Christopher saying.
Ugh. How do I unclick right square? Different buttons every time. The B set. Sweet.
I guess cause Zenith is up. Nice. Bye bro, got to go.
You gotta go. Take care. Yeah, the PS4 is a little bit behind on the final update. We don't have Empress of Light, don't have Zenith, don't have Nautilus, don't have a bunch of stuff. Which is weird, because I think the mobile version is ahead of the PS4 version. Honestly, there's so much nonsense going on down there. Is there something I can do about it?
I already have all the swords for Zenith.
Oh really? Well, you're well prepared. Ah, this ridiculous clutter. All these events, they're just... The game wants me to suffer. It just needs me to suffer. It's trying to make me suffer as much as possible. Ooh, all this...
I only need Seedler LOL.
You know, I got a feeling that compared to what I'm doing now, trying to get all of the armors required for Knight in Shining Armor's achievement, the grind for Zenith is like nothing. I feel like it's nothing. Even, I would rather grind
0-1-4 will be out in Q3 for console.
Oh, yeah. Coming out this year. Wow. Yeah.
Yes.
If
I have like 7 Seedlers.
Oh. Well, that's overkill. If anything happens with the next update, one thing that I would really want is if I don't get the achievement right now,
nice,
that they fix the achievement. Because no one knows what you will need for it.
Hopefully July.
What this game really needs is feedback on certain achievements, accomplishments. Like the getting all the pets. There's a PlayStation trophy for getting all the pets, and there's a PlayStation trophy for getting all the armors, what I'm trying to do now. And the game needs in-game feedback for this. It has to have lists. Like here, for instance, they've got Supreme Helper Minion. There's a list here. Yeah, it needs one of this. And then you click on it, it folds open, and it has a check mark, and it tells you exactly which specific items you need to get. Because honestly, this is mental, absolute ludicrous madness, and I hate it. I can't tell you how much countless hours I've spent on grinding all these different armor sets, and I don't even know if I've got what I need for the achievement. The thing is, well, all I'm trying to do now is simply equip everything and then put it back in the chests. All this silliness you're seeing on screen is just nonsense happening meanwhile.
Accidentally left laugh.
Right.
I only have 5 fishing quests done.
Oh, right. I was going for 200, but then I forgot. I guess I thought there was a PlayStation trophy accompanying it, but there wasn't, so I didn't really need to do it. Yeah, got the Cobalt set equipped, the other Cobalt hats, and the final Cobalt hat equipped. There we go. And equip you. Now equip Orichalcum. Flashy. Don't remember what I had equipped. You as well?
Wait, you're British.
Am I? Maybe.
I think.
Yeah. I lived in England. Let's see. Already get rid of the armor that I've worn.
1.4 will be out more than likely July or the start of August.
Oh. I've got a feeling after trying to get this trophy, I'm never gonna play the game again. If I don't get the trophy. The game's just been trolling me too much. Hold on. Right. There we go. And the different hats. Yeah, the reason I'm moving around after equipping all of these different armors is because some guide told me that this helps to get the trophy. And that just goes to show how... well, I don't know. I guess I'd speak too soon. Maybe it will get me the trophy, who knows. Maybe I should be thankful.
What you farming for?
Knight in Shining Armors achievement. Oh. Ugh. No. What did I just do? I threw the shadow sets away. Right. It's just a shadow set. Ah man, I'm getting spammed with things. It's confusing the hell out of me. Doesn't help that all these kills.
Armor.
Oh. Google Knights in Shining Armors. It's an achievement. It's in the title of my stream. I'm going for the achievement.
My PS4 crashed.
Jesus. I'm gonna turn off text-to-speech. Yeah, I just threw an armor set away, which is replaceable. It'll take a little bit of effort. Yeah. Now, I don't have every single armor because I just threw some away accidentally. So
you open a chest and you press the same button as you press to throw things into the bin to put things into the chest. Absolute nonsense garbage. Hate it. Yeah, well... yeah. That's,
Emified Empress of Light in the day next update. I don't know. If y'all wanna join, I have a whole group of players that will fight with me. IKIT is, but what armor do you need for the achievement? July 1 second, wink wink.
right. Well, not getting that achievement now. So, thanks for joining the stream. I'm gonna try and do this off stream at some point. Just gonna put away the rest of my armors. Sure.
Doom July 12.
So, anyway, I'm gonna change my audio settings quickly. Okay. The achievement failed because I was distracted. I'm not listening to chat or reading chat anymore. You guys can be silly all you want and talk about random shit. Yeah, I got distracted and accidentally threw away an armor set, which I have to go and get again. Now, the name of the stream is the name of the achievements, which I'm trying to get. And it is hell. And it is what is probably going to make a whole bunch of people quit playing Terraria. Because it's just nonsense bullshit. So I'll have to try this again at some other point, or I'll have to wait for the update and see if anything has changed, but it is an absolute nonsense achievement and I despise it. So I'm gonna show what my main world looks like. I think I may have forgotten my main armor. I've got to go have something. Right. No. Don't have it with me, gotta relog. My bad. In K.I.S.A, Knight in Shining Armors, again. I've explained it in great detail. If you want to know, if you don't know what it is yet, then I suggest you use Google and ask Google to tell you what exactly it is. There we go. Simply equipping the bare minimum so that I don't get completely destroyed when I go back to my main world. I'm going to show off
what the world looks like. I've got a bunch of farms, there's a whole bunch of different stuff. Worlds that I made to get Mithril armor set, because the world just doesn't always spawn with Mithril, sometimes you get the other thing. A whole bunch of worlds. I don't even know what the farms all look like. I think I'll start on one after another and see what they look like. So, this looks like a world where I farmed a whole bunch of snow and ice to make the ice mimic farm. Also, I went through the underground jungle looking for pets. You can tell because there's a grid. I dug exactly 125 units deep from the last check every time. So I'd dig into the ground, I'd go on a horizontal line until I reach the end of the jungle, and then I'd dig another 123 units deeper, or 125 units, and that's based on the view distance. So it's kind of like, so I'll go like this and go all the way horizontally in one direction and keep an eye on the ground, see if I see any jungle shrines in which a pet resides that I was looking for the pet achievement. Here's where I mined out the entire desert biome. For some reason there's a minion hanging out there. Yeah. A pretty much destroyed world. I used to farm for a bunch of resources. We're not going to check every world. Pre-mechanical boss Hell Farm, right? And then minor farm. Right. That was gonna look like a really nice farm, but I didn't have to make it. Mithril. Right. Just gonna show 2 more worlds. Oh yeah, I've got a 100% corrupt, 100% hallowed, or at least they were going to be like that, but I only needed a 100% hallowed world. It's not 100%, it's only as much as you need for the trophy, which is like 50%. Crowley's Temple is where I've got a couple of farms set up, pre-hard mode. So here's where I set up a farm to get the ancient cobalt armor, and then I realized that the wiki told me to get it in the underground jungle, but what it failed to say was it's not the underground jungle as in underground layer, it's the underground jungle biome, which happens in the cavern layer of the underground jungle. So yeah, I was hanging out over here for hours and hours and hours before realizing I actually had to be down at this depth, because the mobs that drop the ancient cobalt armor don't spawn in the underground, they spawn in the cavern layer. And over here is where I was standing AFK for probably 6 or 7 hours to get the ancient shadow armor, which luckily I did not throw away. I threw away the shadow armor, which I can easily remake, and I'm probably going to try and do that trophy not on stream, because boy what a spam. Man, you guys were just spamming all kinds of non sequiturs at me and distracting me, and at the same time I was getting follows on PlayStation. Can't really be mad at it, it's just yeah, I got distracted and threw my armor away like an idiot. Shit happens,
Luckily it wasn't rare, but yeah, you're not going to get the "you have all armors in the game" achievement if you throw armors away, so yeah, I had to give up on that, trying to get that now. And it's just one of those things, it's like, I'm literally trying to get the trigger for the trophy to activate. I have every armor in the game. I've got more than I need. I've got multiple people's guides lists worth of armors. So you can open up any guide of this armor you need for the achievement. I'll probably have that armor. It's just one of those things. Though, even though I've got all this stuff, the achievement didn't pop up for me. So there's something miss with the PlayStation 4 achievement trigger. Don't know how I have to get it. Don't know if I will ever get it. I may not get the platinum for Terraria. I've tried, done my darndest, farmed millions more than anyone would ever want to farm, but it's just not happening. One of those things. Right. So finally I'll show off the main world, where I spend most of my farming efforts. Of course you can't do everything here. Certain farms are more efficient in the pre-hard mode, because hard mode gives you a whole bunch of more different mobs. I think I'll bring the grand design with me. Although, no, grand design is spammy. I'll bring a super dart trap with me. There we go. So there's a bunch of wiring around my base, the base defenses, a bunch of dart traps, all kinds of stuff. Not the greatest, but it's something. All the mannequins carrying all the different armor sets. The top layer is the mannequins that the amount that I thought I was going to need based on the first guide that I was following for the achievement. Turns out it might not be enough. It might be a lot more. So that's all full armor sets those mannequins would be equipped with. And that's all you need for the achievement, and more. Probably more. Terrible. Absolute nonsense. My boss spawning items. I've got 9 truffle worms, 99 plus 5 lizard power cells to summon the golem, and a whole bunch of other stuff. Now, golem farming is what I made a whole bunch of money off of. Like a whole bunch of platinum. Because I was farming the lizard temples anyway to get the traps, super dart traps, and spear traps and stuff. My base. Pretty okay looking. And now let's have a look at the farms. I have a setup. I got this from some YouTuber. Don't know who it would be. Could be Happy Days, could be Hero, could be someone else. I'm not sure. But someone came up with the idea of making an infinite liquids farm in Terraria. And apparently it's got to do with how you split liquids if you pour a liquid over a block that's sticking up, like this block here. If I pour a liquid on there, half of it would spill over to the left and the other half would spill over to the right. So you're actually taking 1 block worth of liquid and turning it into 2 blocks worth of liquid. And that's the basic idea behind this infinite liquids farming. And you simply turn it on and then it just works. So it's pumping and it's cloning that 1 block of liquid that it's pumping. The liquid coming out from the pump is actually spilling onto that single block, and it's spilling over both to the left and to the right, and so it is creating an infinite amount of liquid. and if I wanted the world to flood, I'll just have to break one of these blocks on the side here probably, and then it would infinitely pump honey into my world until it was flooded with honey. And the reason you'd want one of these is if you need lava for traps, if you need water or honey for all kinds of things. And here you have in the middle an intersection between the two, and actuated blocks which you can turn on and off with the switch. So this is for if you want, what's this stuff called? Crispy honey. Yeah. So it creates useful things. Obsidian, crispy honey. Not my invention. I got it off YouTube. So I'm a smart YouTube person. Very useful thing to have. Anywho, I've got a bunch of teleporters leading all kinds of places. Here's my boss wave killing trap machine, which looks ridiculous if you look at the wiring. I was planning to go completely overkill with it, and here we are. Hold on. Oh, I'm okay. I'm not dying. Good. Not sure if the heart generator's turned on, but there is a heart generator. And the traps are firing on all cylinders. The flame ones are not working 100% for some reason. Don't know what went wrong, but I think it's the flame traps which caused my game to crash. So, a large area with lava blocking mobs from spawning. So during wave events like the frost moon and the pumpkin moon, mobs will spawn either in the air or along the ground here where they're able to spawn, or under me. Yeah, that's how it works. And there's slimes generating on top of me, and having slimes dealing damage to you is a strategy to deal with tough bosses and events, because you only take damage, you take damage with cooldown in the game, and if you've recently taken damage from a certain damage source, you can't take another bit of damage from another damage source. And the slimes, because they do so little damage, you want to be hit by the slime's damage source instead of being hit by the dangerous and deadly boss, whatever you're fighting, damage source. So if you're like fighting Moonlord or something, or anything else deadly boss like, if the slime's been hitting you, then you can't straight away after taking a hit from damage from the slime take a hit from the boss damage. So that's why you want slimes spawning on top of you. And there's a heart generator. I think it's working. Yeah, it is spawning hearts. I only had one when I built this, but recently with all the grinding and farming I've been doing, I found a bunch more, which is great. And if I want to turn it off, I just have to fly back down from here. And the fact that I'm streaming is contributing to lag. The game might be crashing right now. It could crash if you don't hear from me. Oh yeah, is it crashing? That's weird. You work. Why won't you work? Alright, this is connected to traps over on the inside of the situation. Anyway, yeah, here's that thing. I've got another farm set up over there. Might as well have a look at it. Oh, look at this. Looks like an open snowman's mouth. That's quite a coincidence. So my snow mob farming place over here was for the snow gear set. I farmed pretty much every gear in the game. Absolute pain. Still haven't got the achievement. Game hates me. It's alright, I just stand here AFK, and during the night a whole bunch of mobs, zombies spawn, and they just walk on over here. They walk into the thing, into the grinder, get messed up, I get the loot. And here's, this is the set that I was farming here, the snow sets, and here's a bunch of other items that I got from it. Icicles, frost staves, ice feathers, frost cores, and a whole bunch of other crap. So there's a farming spot. What else have we got? Not sure what that place is for. Something? Used to be for fishing? Yeah. I had a bunch of fishing locations as well. But as you unleash the Hallowed and the Corrupt on your world, kind of messes things up. I've been places that used to be just underground fishing locations have been overrun with Hallowed, and they're not proper fishing locations anymore. Like this spot. Not sure about this. That might be a combination of... Right. It's an overlapping ice biome with corruption biome, which you need to fish up the Duke fish from flying mount. One of the flying mounts. It's like a porky thing. I've got it lying around here somewhere. In my mounts. I have a bunch of mounts. It's one of these. Is it you? No. That's the regular flying... Probably this one. No. What are you? Well, it's dyed black or grey, but it's usually red. And it's a pretty fun flying mount, which also runs decently fast. Which is the downside to this fish ROM. Doesn't run fast at all. Infinite flight though. Then I've got you, ancient horns, of which I got 1,000,000 while I was farming in the wrong place. Pretty good land mount. Doesn't double jump though like the unicorn. And as you can see, I've got a bunch of them, and I've thrown away a lot of them as well. That's just it. Like, this Knight in Shining Armor's achievement, it's so tough to get the rare drops that it requires for it, or that seemingly required for it, that meanwhile I'm farming for that, I'm getting otherwise, like, highest rarity items in the game dropping. Like, I've had multiple slime stabs drop while I was farming for something, and it's just crazy the amount of effort that I've had to put in for this achievement, which just doesn't show up. I've said it before, it's something with the... seems to be something with the trigger of the trophy that's busted, that's not working, that's not functioning properly, because I've got everything I need for the Knight in Shining Armor's trophy to pop up, so far as I can tell, according to every guide I've followed, and still the trophy has not just shown up for me, just refuses to activate. So there's an issue with it, don't understand it. Anyway, anything else? Glowing mushroom farm. a Plantera bulb farm. I think that's a Plantera bulb hanging out over there. Yeah, Plantera's bulb. So it spawns on jungle grass, so you want a whole bunch of segments covered in jungle grass for it to spawn on. Oh, Plantera Arena. Here was a farm which was built in the wrong location. Supposed to be built in the cavern layer for farming ice mimics. So that was a big mistake. I'll go and have a look at it. Yeah, I had to make one in the new world. This was just in the wrong spot. And I sat here for hours looking at the wrong mobs spawning. How do I get in it? There. Let's just stand here. And then mobs will spawn in. And maybe kill themselves. But then also I can turn on the traps, which will kill them faster. Yeah, terrible. Wrong location. Yeah. I got a whole bunch of underground desert mobs spawning. And not the underground ice biome mobs, including the ice mimic, which drops one of the pets. I'd say that's the toughest, the second toughest pet to get. The toughest pet is the bone key. The second toughest pet, ice mimic toy sled. Third toughest pet, baby Grinch's mischief whistle. Seaweed, zephyrfish are pretty high up on the list of tough pets to get. These guys maybe. And companion cube is just a whole waste of time if you don't know you're going to need this, and you only, as you're going for the achievement, realize that you need also the companion cube. Waiting for the traveling merchant to spawn and actually have it in his inventory is a pain. Ideally, you'd want to know about the achievement when you start your playthrough and just keep an eye out on when he spawns and if he has the companion cube. And also having the money for it. It costs 5 platinum. Anything else? A bunch of fishing spots. Underground corruption, underground hallow spawn, which just happened to make a number 09 for no real reason. Old underground fishing spots which have been overcome with hallowed, which has ruined them, and I've had to make new ones, I think. Maybe I did. Yeah, there. Moved them over here. Dug out a whole bunch of space so they wouldn't get overrun with corrupt or hallowed. And there's my new underground layer fishing spot, cavern layer fishing spot. This is the boundary between cavern and underground, and this was supposed to be in the cavern layer, but I was stupid. Made that mistake quite often. And here's another fishing spot, which I think is a glowing mushroom fishing spot. And one of my teleporters leads there, so I'm going to go and have a peek. And I think I'll finish off by just trying to defeat Duke Fishron. Do I have what I require to defeat said boss? I do, maybe, almost. There. You. One of you. Hold on. Right, there it is. Don't even know if I can beat him. It's been a while since I've fought him. I should be able to. I've got like post Moonlord gear. Alrighty. So let's have a quick look. Where do the teleporters lead? Yeah. The new fishing spot. Okay. dungeon. Yeah, is it here? Nah, corrupt fishing spot. Here it is, the Truffle Farm. So I've got the enemy detector active. So you just come over here. You could turn this on if you wanted to. Okay, and if you check the creature detector on the right of the screen, it says no treasure nearby, no rare creatures detected. It's only a matter of time. It'll start saying truffle worm detected after a given amount of time. Just hanging out here. This is a truffle worm farm. Yep, truffle worm detected. And then you just run around here with your, here's the truffle worm. Oh, there's 2 truffle worms in a row. Yeah, there they are. They're flying away. But I don't have my capture net on me. If I had my capture net, they would be cool. They would be mine right now. But they don't. Because they don't have my capture net on me. So, yeah. But this is a truffle worm farm. Built, I don't know. I based it off of a guide video on YouTube. And it just, it's a whole large empty area below. Here's something to spawn mobs and destroy mobs. And on the above, there's arrow traps to mess with mobs who are flying up. And the truffle worm won't get hit by it, but the arrow trap isn't all the way to the bottom. You do have to be fast when they spawn because mobs will run over them and smush them. But it doesn't take any amount of time at all to get a bunch of truffle worms here. It's a good farm. Don't know who made the YouTube video, but it is a good video. Anything else? Oh yeah, this is something. Let's have a look. Yeah, here it is. Steampunker used to live here before I needed a specific solution. And then I moved her to the Hallowed. And here's a bunch of plants. And yeah, more than you can ever need. And I've got a bunch of chests nearby. And I only recently started actually harvesting them to have a bulk of plants. For some reason I did not put 2 and 2 together, and I just had made this farm just in case. The moment I needed a plant, I would just go and get the plant. While I didn't take into account, well, maybe I'd want to make 1 billion potions for some reason. And for that reason, you might actually want to have already collected a whole bunch of plants in bulk. So at that point, I made these chests to deposit in the in bulk plants. So here, this chest would be completely full of deathweed if I had thought of that sooner, but I didn't. So this is really just from 1 or 2 cycles of collecting 2 rows of said plant. And this I probably only did once. Right. So once collecting this whole thing is like 4 or 5 stacks of plants. I didn't feel like putting any more effort into it. But that's another one of those things. You can spend a stupid amount of time just working on your plants. Anything special here? Yeah, there's the ultimate destruction. And here's an old one's army platform. Here's where you'd set the crystal to fight. And a bunch of regeneration spots. Cool. Well, let's see now. I think I'm set to try and fight. Maybe things will go well, maybe they won't. We shall see. Ah yes, I can move my equips around as I need. Right. Warding Celestial thingy bob. Warding Necromantic Scroll. I think I'll use the Necromantic Scroll instead, because why not? Star Veil, sure. Ah, seems good. What could go wrong? Warding Lightning Boots, of course. Good. Ah, of course. Now I'm a werewolf. I don't want to look like a werewolf. Summon as many of you as possible. Get this. Summon... Yeah, where did I put it? There. One of you. Not throwing you away. Perfect. All these items, too important. Good. 10 minutes. Shouldn't take more than 10 minutes. Ah yes, I need the truffle one. Can I even fight him at any time of the day, or does it have to be night? Which place contains my fishing rod? You? No? Right. Oh, I've moved a whole bunch of items around in working on this achievement. Okay. Got a bunch of rare fishing items too. I spend a lot of time fishing in Terraria. It's fun. Good. Okay. I've got one truffle worm. One should be all you need. Good. As far as I can tell, I didn't have any specific setup for this. Did I make a stupid mistake? Yeah, I think I did. Oops. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, maybe? And I'll just summon as much as I can, and then I'll just do one with these. There. Not sure if it's necessary, but it's something. Right, so how does this work? This is consume everything, yeah, and fish. There he comes. Shit. I am already max zoomed out. Can't catch me, can't catch me. Whoop. That's not where I want to be. I may die. Or not. He's being stupid. Oh no, he's being smart. He did. Yeah, got him. Easy enough, I'd say. Easy enough. And what do you give? Yeah. Duke Fishman's mask, vanity item, and a shrimpy truffle. Yeah, I think he drops that every time. probably good for fighting him, especially if you don't have platforms built here, so you can just dip in and out whenever you feel like. Yeah, fun fight. And of course I'm over-geared for it, so you can always die. I have no right to die. Sure. What a mess. What a mess. Yeah, I'm gonna get these equips sorted out. Super dart trap. Where do you go? Here, of course. The fishing. Oh man. Yeah, I've got to focus completely. I'm gonna try and get that achievement some at a time. Yeah. Streaming it was a trying to stream it was a foolish idea. Getting rid of this. Keeping you. Vanity and melee. Melee. No. Melee free. Sure. Good. The shadow sets I messed up. I have to recraft or I'll forget about it. Where did I put this item? In the pig? It's in the pig. Yeah. Can't believe it. So this is just... That's one of those things, right? In Terraria. Like to stack a whole bunch of things in a chest, you press square to move something from one location to another. But square is also the button you press to spam things into your trash. And the moment one thing is put into the trash and another thing overlaps it, the first thing is gone. It's gone. You can only recover one item, your previously thrown away item out of the trash. The item before thrown away, it's just gone for good. And it's so easy to just think you've opened a storage and spam square to put all of your items in your storage, and then realize there's not a storage open. It's not open. you just forget. You don't see it. You're not paying attention. The storage is not open. It's just in your inventory. You're just spamming square, throwing your entire inventory of crazy rare items into the trash bin instead of putting it into the storage which you think is open. So stupid. It's such a easy mistake to make, and it's so unrecoverable once you do it. It's so stupid, and I'm lucky that it's only a bad, not too rare gear set that I threw away. But yeah, that's a counterproductive thing to do if you're working on getting the trophy to have every item set in the game. And yeah, how do you explain that? Yeah, I'm working on getting the trophy of getting every item set in the game. I have more than every item set in the game, technically, and vanity set, or at least I've got many vanity sets which are required for the trophy. It's just the trophy isn't popping up, so I'm trying to do, or I try to do some figuring out how the trigger for the trophy works. Unsuccessful. So, yeah. Hell. Just absolute hell. Maybe I'll get the trophy sometime. First things first, I've got to recover the armor that was lost. Remember to do that. Just stack it all back in these chests, I guess, after trying to go to the other worlds, equip them all, move around, see if the trophy pops. Probably won't. When I've done that, move them all back here and crawl in a corner and cry. That's what shall be done. But not yet. First, I'm gonna play a new game. So, I'm gonna stream Scarlet Nexus. Picked it up today. Seems like a good game. I'm gonna play it. I'm gonna do a playthrough of it. And I will enjoy the playthrough. Muchly. Well, doing pretty much anything compared to going for a crazy trophy. Seems like so easy, you know, so easy. Playing and going for like a trophy set in games which have very few like crazy skill-based trophies or grinding trophies is just like, wow, easy. You just play through this game and you get the platinum for it. Like, it's just so easy. Anyone, why would anyone complain about it? What are you complaining about? Just simplicity itself. Knight in Shining Armors, no, this is not one of those. It is hell, and I hate it, and I want it to stop bullying me. It's a horrible trophy. And yes, brings me nothing but grief. Want the platinum, but I've spent so much time. Oh, what a pain. Anyway, that was that. Yeah, Terraria, lovely game. Got a couple of really nonsense trophies though. So, take care, and yeah, see you in the next stream. I'll start up in 10 minutes or so. Take care, bye bye.